My disillusionment with the RSS took some more time. The country was moving towards a clash with Red China. People had become dissatisfied with Pandit Nehru's foreign policy, but they believed that the Prime Minister had been misled by his defense minister and close confidant, Sri V.K. Krishna Menon. Few people were prepared to accept that the real architect of the nation's tragedy was Pandit Nehru himself. Menon was no more than Nehru's minion, with no standing of his own, either in the Congress party or in the country at large. By now I had read almost all published writings and speeches of Pandit Nehru, and come to know him as a committed communist. He had credited Red China with the work of socialist construction at home, and had been going about proclaiming that a socialist country can harbor no hostile designs towards its neighbors. My problem was how to share my perception with my people. The press in India was more or less completely under the control of communists, or fellow travelers, or self-seeking sycophants. I was therefore very happy when the RSS leader whom I had met in Calcutta, and who had now moved very high in his organization, invited me to document Nehru's ideology in a series of articles in the Organizer. Starting with his issue of June 5, 1961, I wrote 17 articles under the general caption, "In Defense of Comrade Krishna Menon." I was writing under a pseudonym, Ekaki, which means alone, of course. Not many people knew who was the writer. At least my boss was completely unaware that I had violated the pledge I had given to him. The articles were read widely in circles which normally never read the Organizer. I was therefore surprised when I was collared one day by the windbag of the BJS and rebuked roundly for writing, quote-unquote, all that nonsense about the leader of the nation. I talked to the editor, who told me that he could not keep the secret from a man who was the topmost leader of the BJS. He also told me that the man had asked him not to have anything to do with that notorious Badnaam Admi, quote-unquote. I wanted to go to the windbag and ask him what crime I had committed except exposing the character of communism and its instruments, but I did not care too long. But I did not care so long as I had the support of the RSS leader, whom I met every week. He was full of praise for my series. My 16th article had just appeared. The RSS leader told me to go on, and not to stop till I reached quote-unquote Nehru's policy in the present situation. He added that my series, quote-unquote, had brought about a revolution in the thought of our people, that they were planning to publish the series in a book form as soon as it was finished, and that they would make it available to the people in lakhs of copies in all Indian languages. I felt satisfied with my work. My 17th article was already in the press, and I was preparing to move over to Pandit Nehru's policy vis-a-vis Red China. But I was fated not to finish the series. When I met the RSS leader next week, I heard something which was just the opposite of what I expected. As I entered his room, he said in a cold and calculated tone, "Sitaram ji, आपको नेहरू के सिवाय क्या कोई नाम नहीं है? आखिर नेहरू ने ऐसा क्या कर दिया जो आप हाथ धोकर उसके पीछे पड़ गए?" Which roughly translates to, Mr. Sitaram, do you have nothing to occupy you except Nehru? What has Nehru done to make you run after him with hammer and tongs? I was taken aback and did not know what to say. The editor of the Organizer happened to drop in just at that moment. The leader barked at him. "ये क्या नेहरू नेहरू लगा रखा है? अपने पेपर का ये क्या बना डाला तुमने? बंद करो ये नेहरू नेहरू. क्या और कोई टॉपिक नहीं बचा? What is this cant about Nehru? What have you made of your paper? Stop this Nehru business. Is there no other topic left?" The editor did not say a word. He was under RSS discipline. I fell from the skies. It was very difficult for me to believe that the man sitting in front of me with a grim face and unfriendly eyes was the same man who had praised my series so highly only a week ago. But that was the stark truth.